Hey everyone! Today we are going to talk about something that is absolutely crucial for any online store owner. We're going to demystify Shopify SEO. If you're running an e-commerce business, this is really your roadmap to unlocking free and, more importantly, sustainable growth. So let's dive in.
So let me ask you this. Does this sound familiar? You're pouring money into paid ads. And yeah, you're getting traffic, but the second you turn off that ad spend, poof, it all just vanishes. It's like you're constantly feeding this expensive machine just to get people in the door. It's a tough spot to be in, but what if there's a better way?
Okay, get ready for this number. 43%. That's how much of all e-commerce traffic comes from people just doing a regular old organic Google search. Think about that for a second. That is a massive, and I mean massive, audience of people who are right now actively looking for products just like yours. And getting in front of them doesn't have to cost you a single cent per click.
And that huge opportunity? Well, that's where Shopify SEO comes in. This is the powerful, sustainable alternative to being stuck on that paid ad treadmill. So what is it exactly? So here's the textbook definition, right? It sounds a little technical, but let's just break it down into simple terms. It's basically the art of making your online store as appealing as possible to search engines like Google. You're essentially sending signals to Google that say, hey, over here, my store is a trustworthy, super relevant, and high-quality answer for what that person is searching for.
And this is maybe the most important way to think about it. Paid advertising, that's like renting your traffic. The second you stop paying the rent, you're kicked out. SEO, though, is completely different. SEO is like owning your traffic source. The work you put in today builds on itself, creating this incredible asset that pays you back with free, qualified traffic for years. It's a total mindset shift.
Okay, so we know what SEO is, but now let's get into the real meat of it. Why is this something that every single serious e-commerce store needs to be doing? Why does it matter so much? This quote just nails it, doesn't it? At its core, it's about freedom. It's about freedom from the stress of watching ad costs go up and up and the anxiety that comes from your entire business depending on one expensive channel. It's how you build a much more resilient, stable business.
And the benefits are honestly a total game changer. First off, your customer acquisition cost just plummets, which goes straight to your bottom line. That leads to real sustainable growth that isn't tied to how much you can afford to spend on ads that day. Plus, the traffic you get is ridiculously qualified. I mean, these are people who literally typed into a search bar what you sell. And you know what? Because they found you on their own terms, they show up with a much higher intent to actually buy something, which means, you guessed it, better conversion rates for your store.
So you're probably thinking, okay, I'm sold. How do I actually do this? Well, SEO isn't just one magic button you press. It's really a combination of a few key areas that all work together to make your store pop up when people are searching. You can really boil it all down to these three core pillars. First, you've got technical SEO. Think of this as the foundation of your house. It's all the behind-the-scenes stuff that makes sure your site is fast, secure, and super easy for Google to read and understand. Then there's on-page optimization. This is all about the words and images on your actual product pages and collection pages. And finally, you have content and links, which is about creating valuable stuff like blog posts and building up your store's reputation online.
All right, knowing the pillars is great, but let's get practical. Let's talk about the actual things you can do to start building this incredible SEO asset for your store. Let's make a plan.
Here's a super simple framework you can follow. First, build that technical foundation. This means doing things like making sure your images are compressed so your site loads in a snap, or adding a bit of special code called schema that basically tells Google in its own language, hey, this is the product page, here's the price, here's the review. Step 2, optimize your core pages. This is the fun part. Researching the keywords your customers are using, and then crafting meta titles and product descriptions that not only help you rank, but also make people want to click and buy. Third, enhance your content. You could start a blog that answers your customers' biggest questions, or make sure your image alt text describes your products, so even your photos can bring in traffic. And finally, step 4, tie it all together with internal links. This helps your customers and Google easily find your most important pages. Okay, as we start to wrap this up, let's boil it all down. If you're going to remember just one thing from all of this, what should it be? What's the big takeaway for your store? It's this, right here. SEO is not just some little marketing tactic or a techie thing you do on the side. It is a core business strategy. It's the engine you build for long-term discovery, long-term profit, and long-term survival in the crazy world of e-commerce. It's how you go from being invisible
to being in demand.
So I'm going to leave you with one last question to really think about. Take a good, honest look at your online store right now. Is it truly built to be discovered by that 43% of shoppers who are out there searching for you? Or is it just sitting there, waiting for the next paid ad to bring someone to the door? The answer could change everything.